Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kemi, and I'm here to talk about Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Season 1, Episode 4. I'm so sorry I'm getting this to you late, but life has been lifing, and I wasn't feeling good last week, so I'm getting caught up on all my stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna continue Real Housewives of Atlanta because I'm just not interested in that. I'm gonna try to, but I'm like already I think they're on episode five, 4 or 5, and I've only done one episode, so I don't even know if I want to catch up at this point. So I'm still debating it. So if you see them out there, you see them. If you don't, you don't. Sorry, but I'm still gonna do Real Housewives of Rhode Islands. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this episode. All right, so we start off with the montage of the ladies doing different things or whatever. So we see them, all the ladies doing something different with their family or whatever. So we start off after that. We start off with Liz, and Dolores is meeting Liz at her house to talk about all of the shenanigans that happened at the party or whatever, and they want to sage the house or whatever. So they talk about Rula and her husband and Ellen and her husband going at it right as soon as the party started, and Dolores was saying she felt bad for them or whatever. Then they talk about what happened between Liz and Kelsey, and Liz is saying that she feels bad about how she came at Leslie. She does tell us in the confessionals that Dino and Kelsey had a relationship, and she felt like she was coming at her that way, saying all the ongoings because she didn't want her relationship to her situationship that she had with Dino to come out. So that's why she said what she said or whatever. So we see Rosie. Um, well, I'm sorry. We see Ashley. So Ashley, she gets Kelsey, Rosie, and Alicia. Sorry, y'all. I'm just all over the place. So we see child, I'm sorry. So we see Kelsey, Ashley, Rosie, and Alicia. They go to Alicia's favorite beach in Rhode Island, and they're all like, well, Alicia is just like, this is your favorite beach? No, I'd rather go to the country club where they take my bags, make my snacks, and all this other stuff, and they set up everything for me by the beach. Come visit me there instead of us coming here or whatever. So they're there, and Rosie invites them to do rail escape. And she figures if they do that, then they won't be fighting. So they talk about the party, and Ashley wants to know why Rula is mad at Ellen, and they tell her the backstory of it. Alicia then tells us and them that Rula met Brian while he was married to her Spanish teacher, and so they're saying, oh, so he's just a cheater, pumpkin eater, basically. So they ask Kelsey what happened with her and Liz, and she tells them what happened, and then Kelsey says she doesn't want to get on Liz's bad side, and Alicia says they all have to walk on eggshells with her, and she's even scared of her. So we see a clip of Ellen. She's packing her bags because she has to go to Chicago for work or whatever. She likes working. She doesn't like being a stay-at-home mom. That's not her stilo. So she likes to work. So she's about to go away, and see another. We see another. Oh, sorry. She says that her sister comes to help or whatever. And we see a clip of her sister over there helping and doing the laundry, helping with the kids or whatever. She's always flirting with Gary. Yeah, that's his name. And we see in the confessional, Joellen is saying, she doesn't mind their family and she loves him like a brother. She says they never had sex, but he may have touched her boobs in high school or whatever. So we show a different flashback um, of her sister. I think her sister's name is Jen. She's saying, if I'm 45 and I don't have kids, then I'll use Gary's sperm or whatever. And Joe Ellen is saying you're not going to use his, like, joking about it or whatever. And I like, that's just so weird. Like, that whole dynamic is weird. Like, you took your sister's man for, like, it's just weird, but it is what it is. So we see Alicia, and she has her mom and her aunts are over. Rula, Ashley, and Liz come and join, and then they talk about Alicia and her not wanting to get married, and her fiance, I think his name is Brian. No, that's not his name. I don't even know what that man's name is. Sorry, but he doesn't want to put her the name in her house, so he doesn't want to put her name on the house or whatever. So they talk about cheating men, and Rula speaks about what happened with her situation. Somebody sort of, she really doesn't give like a lot, but she talks about it a little bit. And they talk about how they've all gone through it, and it's her choice on what she wants to do with the situation. And if she wants to always be looking over her shoulders, if she's, the trust is broken, um, and it's going to be hard to get back or whatever. So um, Alicia's mom is just like, she hopes that Rula gets her get back on him. I was just like, yeah, I hope so too, but she ain't. So we see Rosie, she's visiting Ashley, and they talk about her not wanting kids. And she said her and Rich didn't really talk about it before. It was, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But he's now leaning toward he wants it to happen. But she isn't sure that she can give it 110%, and she doesn't want to mess up a kid just like her mom messed her up or whatever. So we see Kelsey. She is meeting. Um, Liz at Gary's boat. He just sold his boat, so Liz is there to pack up her things. So she's discussing, they discuss the party, and we find out like early in Kelsey's relationship with her boyfriend of 10 years, like at the beginning stages of it, when they weren't exclusive, she had a thing with Dino. And then when she decided to end it with Dino, he basically wouldn't take no for an answer, and he would pop up wherever she was at and wouldn't let her converse with other people. um, wouldn't let her converse with other guys or anything like that. And she has PTSD when it comes to him. So they both apologize to each other, and they make up. So we see all the ladies. They are at all the ladies minus Joe Ellen. They're at the rail cycling. Um, yeah, they're at the rail cycling. Well, they're getting ready to go to the rail cycling. So they take two cars. We see on the first car, it's Kelsey, Rosie, Rula, and Ashley. They're in a car, and they're talking. And Rosie is telling them why she left her job, because she said she had something happen, so she had to wear a diaper. She went on medical leave, and once she was on medical leave, she realized, you know what, I like what I'm doing. I like being at home, or I like to do on my own thing. So just not gonna go back. So she went, she once her medical leave ended, she decided to leave the job or whatever. So Kelsey is saying in her confessionals that all of Rhode Island knows that she got fired for having an affair with the higher ups. And it's just like, so you were mad at Rosie for putting out a rumor about you, but you then turn around and put a rumor out about her when what she was asking about you was in fact true. So it's not like she was putting a rumor out there. She was asking if this rumor was true, and she asked it to your friend, and then you turned around and told her, yes, it's true. But now you're putting out a rumor out there about her having an affair with somebody, with the higher up at the news station. Mm, I don't, yeah. I was trying to, like, I was giving them everybody a fair shot, but I really don't like Kelsey. Mm-mm. She's not my, yeah, she's not my, because yeah. So in the other car, it's Dolores, Alicia, and Liz, and they talk about Kelsey and Liz. And Alicia tells them that Kelsey told me that you apologize, and Liz was just like, and she apologized too, but I bet she didn't tell you that. So they laugh it off or whatever. So they get to the rail tracks, and Rula, Alicia, and Kelsey are on one cycle, and Rula is in the back getting drunk. She making them drinks. They all just getting drunk boots back there. Dolores and Ashley are on one. They're on a different rail cycle or whatever, and then Liz and Rosie are on another one. So Rosie asks Liz what she thinks of Ashley, and Liz is saying, her first encounter with her was off-putting because she wouldn't even look at her. So we show a flashback of Liz and Ashley meeting, and they hug, and then Ashley is like, she goes back to what she was doing and doesn't really pay Liz any mind. So Rosie tells her, well, she's scared of you, and it's like, she says all the things that makes Liz scary or whatever. And what she was saying, it felt like it was, instead of a scary situation, it was a, you're intimidating. That was the word she should have used, and not scary, because she hasn't the only I don't even think what happened between her and Kelsey. I don't even think that was a scary situation. Like, she flipped out on her. That's not scary. She just flipped out on you. But other than that, she's very intimidating because she is so boisterous, and she has all that she has, and she ain't putting up with nothing. That's who she is. So y'all are intimidated by her, and then the fact that y'all are so much younger than her, also, that is another, you would be intimidated by her or whatever. So once they're all done cycling, they get to the lookout where they get to see over the beach. Or it's like a little cove or something, like a secret cove or whatever. And they got a spread that Rosie had set up for them. So Rosie pulls Ashley to the side and tells her, what her and Liz talked about. And Ashley is saying, my mom always told me that people took her mom's shyness for bitchiness. And she feels like that's what's happening here. And she's shy around certain people, but she needs to work on that. So she's gonna try to be do better by that or whatever. So they come back to the cove, and Alicia wants to know, she wants help with Billy or whatever, to get Billy to help, like, add her into the business and give her money and put her name on the house or whatever. So she tells them that, nothing is in her name. She has all these ideas for the company, and he doesn't give her any kind of kudos. He don't put nothing in her name. He just do her dirty, basically. So Liz tells her that she's gonna have to demand it. So she does role play with Kelsey, because Kelsey is just like, I'm gonna act like Billy, that's his name. I'm gonna act like Billy, and you're gonna ask for what you want. So she says, I've given so many ideas for the piece of biz, and I haven't gotten $1 back in 11 years. She's given her whole life to him, and he should want to put her name on the house. She is the mother of his daughter, and he should want to take care of her. And she loves him. Isn't that enough? And he's showing her that she's worthless, and he needs to show her that she is worth something. And now she's getting teary eyed or whatever. And she says, I want to cry or whatever. So Rula gives her advice and tells her, even though you're not working, you are still working by, cleaning the house, doing all the things for the house. You're still doing that. So he needs to compensate you for that or whatever. So she changes the subject, and she wants to know what Ashley and Rosie were talking about. Alicia does. So Ashley tells them, and she and Rosie both agree that they are intimidated by Liz. Um, and Rosie is just like, I'm not scared anymore. I'm like, still, sometimes I'm still scared, but I'm not as scared anymore or whatever. So Liz says she has a rough exterior, but deep down she's nice. She doesn't always trust people, and she tends to jump down people's throats, but it's not on purpose. And then Rosie says, well, is that what happened last week at your party? And it's just like, girl, you already found out what happened at the party. Why are you even doubling down in it? But girl, you're nosy, like you said, you're nosy Rosie. So I get it. So Liz says no, she was drunk and it was heat. It was a heated moment, and circumstances happen, and you move on from it. So then Rosie proceeds to throw Alicia under the bus because, I mean, I don't think she really threw her under. Yeah, she did. I don't know how to say it because it's just like what she said was exactly what Alicia had said. So I don't think she, yeah, she did throw her under the bus. But Alicia, you did say what she said. So Alicia, Alicia is pissed. She's like, she's not having it. She's just like, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Rosie doubles down, and Alicia basically cusses her out, tells her, you're a troll. You got her effed up, and you want to f with her, and you're not gonna like it. Rosie says she didn't do anything. She didn't do anything to her, and Alicia's just like, yes, she did, and welcome to Rhode Island. This is how we roll, bitch. Basically, I was just like, oh my goodness, girl, but you did say it. But okay. So Alicia proceeds to call her a thirsty bitch and she's a whore, and she gets up to leave. So Rosie doesn't know what happened. She doesn't know how it like flipped or whatever. And she says she may think I'm trying to start a problem with you two, but that's not what I'm trying to do. And then Alicia comes back and tells her, you did something you shouldn't have done, and thanks her for showing her cards, and she's a snake. And so Liz tells her, let's walk or whatever. So Liz, she and Liz walk away, and Liz tells her, the same reaction that you're doing right now, I had that same reaction with Kelsey, and you're gonna regret it. And Alicia is just like, no, she won't. She's like, no, I won't regret it. And Liz is like, yes, you will, because I regretted my reaction, and you're gonna regret your reaction. And Alicia's just like, no, I won't. And then in the confessional, we hear Kelsey saying, this is what Alicia meant when she said she and Liz are cut from the same cloth. And Rosie likes to manipulate stories and the truth. Um, and I was just like, but she didn't. You were there. And she said exactly what Alicia said. But because you dislike this girl so much because she called you, and she didn't even call you out on your ish. She just had a question about your ish. Just like you questioned her about something that pertains to her. And then you're also spreading a rumor about, you're telling the world that she had an affair with the higher ups at the news station. So what's good for the goose isn't good for the gander. Is that what you're saying? Because you can do it, but she can't. And then she was telling the truth in what she said about you. You were just mad because you couldn't put your business out there first, because you didn't want to put your business out there honestly, which I don't understand why you didn't when you opened up the show with the fact that you were in a relationship with a man for 10 years that's also in a relationship with another woman 6 months out of every year. Why didn't you come and tell us that, yeah, and I got a boyfriend on the side just like he got a girlfriend on the side. So when he's not in town, I'm with my dip, and when he's in town, I'm not with my dip. Why couldn't you just say that? Yeah, I don't like her. So Liz and Alicia come back, and Rosie is very apologetic, and she pulls her to the side to talk. So they talk about it. She explains what she was saying, and Alicia was just like, well, if you just say sorry, I'm gonna be okay. And I was just like, she already said sorry, but Rosie says sorry again, and they hug and make up, and they good now. And that's the same thing that Liz was saying. She was just like, did they hug? Are they good already? That was quick. So Alicia's in the confessional talking about, I'm a sensitive gangster. Like, I can get mad real quick, but I forgive easily. And, once you apologize, I'm good. And it's over for me. I was just like, I can't with Alicia. But yes, I really like this show. I like the ladies for the most part. Again, I don't like Kelsey right now, but it can flip by the time we get to the end of the season. But I don't know. I don't know about that. Um, yeah, I like Liz now. I'll say that because I know initially I was just like, I don't know about Liz, but I like her. But yeah, that was the episode. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and turning on your post notifications so you'll know whenever I post. Get down in the comments. Tell me what you guys thought of this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one.